Hello, hello. We're continuing with the pulp thing. Pulp thing. Oh, my apathy is just leaking out of the screen. Oh, because we've got a couple of really crap albums to get through. For we are talking about Freaks. Oh, it's bad. From 11th of May 1987. It's 44 minutes 13 seconds long. Originally released on the Fire label. The follow-up to it from 83, we have Freaks. Now the band is changed. We have Russell Senior on violin, guitar, and Khadija Doyle on organ, keyboards. Again, this is headed towards the Pulp we know and love in terms of the personnel. But boy, I don't like this album. There's absolutely nothing on it. It's terrible. Opens with the track Fairground, which is written and sung by Russell Senior, and it is, again, it's a bit of a darker record. Again, you're kind of edging towards what Pulp became, but they're looking at the kind of the seedy underbelly. I mean, the subtitle is 10 stories about power, claustrophobia, suffocation and holding hands. Yeah, alright then. It's we're heading into pretentious territory, and Fairground is just... I just can't describe how bad. All of it is bad. I've got nothing good to say about this record, and this is why I was putting off doing it, because it's going to be a very short video. I mean, again, listening to it was different because you kind of heard, where the band started, but this is worse. I think this is a worse album. It sounds a bit demo-y in places. Veers more towards, I guess, the Fall in terms of the feel of it. Again, it's darker. Such great song titles as They Suffocate at Night and Anorexic Beauty. But that kind of cynicism that that attitude that we get in later Pulp is kind of present, but musically it's really poor. I mean, they really haven't learned. They're not players yet, you know what I'm saying? They're still kind of nervous. There's, again, when people first start playing, unless you've been playing for a long time, or you're had a musical education, there's a nervousness in your performance, and you hear it on this record, and you heard it on the previous one. But then you can understand that because this was the early days. This is different times. But here there's a naivety that is not good. Mind you, saying that, Being Followed Home, lovely. What a lovely song. Again, it's dark. Everything's dark and gritty. There's bits of it that sounds a bit like Van der Graaf Generator. But I really don't care for this. I remember just being disappointed by it. I think, again, I'm still stinging from my first experiences, again, of getting into Pulp. And I guess I'd probably... His and Hers, then different class. I think it was around that time that all these things were kind of bubbling up again. They're going, oh look, they've done other albums. And it was then that I paid good money to be disappointed. Because again, in those days, we didn't have the internet. We didn't have people like me going, oh, it's shit, you don't want to listen to that unless you've, and you also didn't have streaming. You can stream this. And I didn't even bother ripping this. I streamed it to do this, and it's that thing where you sit down and you're not going to enjoy it, and I didn't enjoy it again. But like I say, they're kind of creeping towards the Pulp that we ended up with, the good Pulp. But it's also light years away from that, because you would never believe that this band turns into the other band, because it's not got that cleverness. It certainly hasn't got the musical landscape. I mean, crikey, this isn't even This isn't even black and white compared to the Vista vision of His and Hers. This is what the Butler saw of albums. It's really not good. I'm just still sore of buying it and then being those emotions run deep. It's come up to nearly 30 years. I'm still sore about it. But yeah, not a good record, and I'm gonna break off right now. Don't buy it. Stream it and leave it till last. Separations isn't much better, and I've got to do that next. I don't want to do that one either. Anyway, I've been moaning about. I've got to press the button. Freaks. 10 stories about power, claustrophobia, suffocation, and holding hands. I know some people like it. Nah, sorry. Nah. Especially when you think when it was released, 87. I mean, it seems so far removed, from anything other than, like I say, the Fall. It's very northern in its aspect. I mean, that's not a bad thing. I'm just saying it's just, it's a peculiarly bad album. Thank you for watching. That's the strap line. A peculiarly bad album. Ta-da.